Let me guess, you're constantly battling the unique demands of shift work, aren't you? Feeling relentless fatigue, brain fog, or the health challenges that come with those irregular hours. Well, it's time to stop just surviving your shifts and really start thriving. At A Healthy Shift, we're revolutionising workplace wellbeing for 24/7 teams. As a veteran shift worker for over 40 years, I know exactly what you're up against, and that's why we've built something truly groundbreaking, the seminar experience. Now, this isn't just a keynote, it's a completely new evidence-based program which is designed to empower entire shift-working workforces. I want you to imagine your team armed with the strategies to optimise their sleep, boost their energy, and elevate their health, no matter what schedule they're on. Our core keynote is powerful, but we also offer specialised add-on workshops, which cover deep dives into women in shift work, how to work your own roster optimally, as well as fatigue management for managers. We need your help to bring this transformation to your workplace. Managers want to invest in their teams, but they need to know that we exist. Are you ready to bring real, lasting change to your colleagues and your organisation? Go and visit ahealthyshift.com. That's ahealthyshift.com and follow the seminar experience link up the top, where you can download our detailed e-brochure, or you can simply follow the link in the show notes. Let's help your workforce thrive, not just survive.
Favourite hour coming up in just a moment. Roger Sutherland from A Healthy Shift in the studio. Trev Spotswood, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this 15 billion, I worked on I could tell you some stories that's been going on since, I don't know when, but I worked at Lawn Power Station in construction of it. We had the handrail warmers, that's all I did. Then, I worked at Loyang, I had my own business there with my father, and we had the taxation ring us up. They were wanting to check our books, and they told us the date they'd be there. And I was I was sweating, thinking, what the hell have we done wrong? 4 days later, after the day they were supposed to be there, they finally turned up. And I said, what happened? You were going to be here on such and such a date. Oh, we had appointments with other contractors on the building site. Yeah, of course they had the ghosties. The management had guys on the books that never existed, paid their tax, did everything by, and they got caught out. So, but this is just on a grand scale.
So, Trev, what are you saying based on that history then, that there's nothing really that new about the current situation?
Well, geez. Yeah, but this, and I can see what's happened, is you just start up a company as labour hire, and you name your own price, and the union pushes the genuine ones out and pushes to get these ones in. It's as clear as mud.
Clear as mud. Well, let's find out. Good to talk to you, Trev. Thank you. Here we go. Sort of night shift. Can we still keep using this? It's a good piece of music. Roger Sutherland, A Healthy Shift. Roger, as you may or may not know, 40 years a police officer here in Victoria, now works night shift workers, does a great job improving sleep, energy, and we just chew the fat when he's here. Good morning, Rog.
Good morning.
It's interesting, really. So, in a sense, you could mount an argument, and I'll put this to you. You and I haven't talked about this, but let me put this to you. Is it silly to assert that most of us, at some point, have behaved crookedly?
Oh, no, I don't think that's silly at all. At some stage, we all have tried to do something, but how much impact on others is
Does it
the
have?
key. How much impact on others? We can all do, don't get me wrong, as young kids, we all may have helped ourselves to a lolly in a shop or something like that. And that is an impact on the owner, isn't it?
Yeah, in a small, but...
It's not. Well, it is small. It's small to you, but to the shopkeeper, it perpetuates. Because if everybody helps themselves to one lolly, but $15,000 million is a lot of money. Bearing in mind, it wasn't their money to do that with.
We'll come back to that.
Yep.
Historically, we've had, and you would know people who, for example, were often referred to as a bit of a cashy. By definition, that's wrong.
By definition, yes, it is.
That's wrong.
But why are they doing that? Why are tradies doing cashies to keep them off the books today? Even up to today, why are they doing that?
Yeah. Well, because for the most part, they can, and they get away with it.
Well, they get slaughtered
They're not
as
being,
well.
eh?
Well, they get slaughtered, when they run it through the books and add to their income, their taxation's high, and it causes some problems. So they're running cashies to put money. You know what I mean? They're running cashies. Don't tell me you don't go into a shop.
But it's still unlawful. I mean,
Totally.
It's unlawful.
Yes, it is. Yeah, totally. But tell me you don't go into a shop, like when you go to get one of your watches repaired, do you just put it in and whatever he tells you is how much it's going to cost, or do you try and negotiate with him?
Well, I think that's different when you're negotiating a price.
Yeah, true.
That's very different to doing it and paying no tax on that payment.
What about if you said to the shopkeeper, here's the watch, and he quotes you $500 to fix it, and you say, how much for cash? Although he's still in that position.
He's still in the position.
But you're not doing the wrong thing. You aren't. The shopkeeper would be.
Yeah. Look, it's probably a bit of an ethical dilemma for many. That's been going on. I mean, we've known that people that have been in retail have been in other businesses, and if there was an option to do it with putting the thousands straight into the trouser, that would happen.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's been happening for as long as I've been on the planet.
Yeah, and we've heard some of the callers that have called in that have got experience in money that's been, they've been privy to or seen where the money's going straight into the pocket and they're taking it and going, knowing full well that it is wrong, without going, hang on a second, where's this coming from? And then, and the irony of all that is, when they get paid, they're paying tax. That's where that money's coming from to pay for it.
When you think about every cashier, every fish and chip shop owner, every fruiterer, every little greengrocer back in the day, did they account for every single pound and or dollar?
No,
probably not.
No, of course not. No.
And so I guess where do you forgive? You forgo that, and yet this dreadful thing that we've been reading about in Victoria for the last week. The front page of the Age newspaper, and everybody's going, wow.
Yes.
Because that's overstepped the mark.
Well, I think it's because what they're doing is they're playing with our money. Because we are contributing the taxes, we work hard, and we're being taxed to the hilt on absolutely everything.
We're being shoved well and truly.
Oh, totally. We're getting taxed on everything. What upsets me totally out of all of this is, and I know because I'm negotiating with a lot of corporate companies at the moment and police agencies, nursing agencies, and I'm trying to get education to shift working staff in there, and the response is, there's no money. There's no money. We haven't got any money. We can't educate our staff. Well, I've got a clear message for that your next budget allocation, and the fact that there's no money is not going to help your staff as they're walking out the door. You've got to invest in your staff to keep them in their jobs. You've got to educate them on how to go about doing shift work. You've got to educate them on nutrition and health and well-being and show them the way, because you've not spent any money on that in the first place. Because everybody I talk to says, no, I've never been educated on how to go about shift work, and everybody in a shift working environment now literally is just learning from their colleagues, as in the people that are senior to them. Oh, what do you do between nights? Oh, what do you do coming out of nights? What do you do? What do you eat and when do you eat it? And they're learning from that. And there's no proper education.
No education.
And
there never has been, really.
That's what I'm saying. There's never been any. I know 40 years ago when I started, I certainly wasn't taught how to go about doing shift work. And they still aren't today. And you can't call a half-hour lecture from a dietitian that this is how you go about doing it. Because the time that they're being educated, they're not absorbing the information because there's no impact.
My suspicion is, and I won't be around, but my suspicion is another 15, 20 years' time, you'll be seen as a leader who started this conversation, and it will be different in 20 years.
This is my absolute hope. But my frustrations, Tony, at the moment is every organisation that I am talking to, we've got no money.
Yeah.
We've got no money. In Victoria.
What they're saying is that it's not a priority for
It's not. What they're truly saying is this is not a priority. And why is that? I've been told by marketing agencies they're not seeing the value. They don't realise unplanned leave through the roof. Education can lower that. Sick leave. Accidents in the workplace, fatigue-related accidents, through the roof. Work cover claims because of that. What about in policing and areas, nursing, complaints by people because their staff are fried? We have lots of problems. We need to educate people how to go about it. And I've got a proven record.
Come on, Tone. Have a listen to this. Come on, Tone. It's not unlawful to work for cash. It's unlawful not to declare it.
Correct.
A subtle but important distinction. But I think you knew where I was going with that. We've got lots of texts coming through. Calls as well. Come and join us. Roger's here. Roger Sutherland, A Healthy Shift, 133 693 if you'd like to join in. Or you can send a message 0477 693 693.
A Winter Olympic Games update, powered by GWM's High 4T, hybrid intelligent four-wheel drive with the power to uphill slalom. Go with more.
Good morning. I'm Jake Battrick. Australia's greatest Winter Olympics campaign has continued on day 9, with Matt Graham winning bronze in the dual moguls at the Milano Cortina Games. Graham was flawless until the semis, with a narrow loss in the semi-final to eventual silver medalist Ikuma Horishima, booking him a spot in the small final. The 31-year-old says he's ecstatic to come away with the bronze medal after stumbling in the semis.
I actually lost my pole like 3 moguls before the bottom jump against Ikuma in the semi-finals. So I was going for the bottom out, trying to catch my pole, throw a backflip and land on my feet. So that was pretty wild. And then once I lost that, I knew that it was up to me to make sure we got the dad podium, and told myself I might just beat him on turns, beat him in the air, and you'll beat him. So that was sort of my goal.
Australian teenage snowboard sensation Ali Hickman is through to the women's slopestyle final. The 16-year-old's first run score of 71.41 was enough to see her qualify 6th and have a chance at winning a medal this week. Despite several changes to the schedule, Hickman says she's having the time of her life at her first Winter Olympic Games and looking to build on her 15th place finish in the Big Air event last week.
Yeah, there's been a lot of schedule changes, but now we are competing. I still don't know when. On Tuesday, the finals is on. Yeah. Big Air was so good, and it was so good to warm up on it, and now slopestyle finals is so incredible.
Fellow Aussies Mila Stalker and Tess Cody both missed out on a spot in the final 12 in the slopestyle. That's the latest from Milano Cortina.
Roger Sutherland from A Healthy Shift, who calls in, 40-year police officer here in Victoria, 133 693, who says, I'd rather come in nice and early because you're happy to get up this early.
You better believe it. Yep. It's the most important, best part of the day.
You're invigorated.
I'm firing. Oh, firing.
You're invigorated. Look at these texts. Tony Mack, Roger, are you seriously making that moral comparison wholesale? Systemic government corruption, flagrant misuse, abuse public funds with hard-working individuals who occasionally take or pay cash for a job. I know it's a long bow, but it's the amount of money that's the only distinction. I mean, it's still doing the wrong thing, surely.
It's doing the wrong thing, but you've got to understand his stand on it, though. Like, because we are paying tax and we're getting tax. Yes, yeah, Dean, yeah. Sorry, the caller, the text. I can totally understand his stance, like where I might do a cashier or get paid cash or do something just on a small scale. This is systemic. This has been going on for a long time at massive amounts of money. And every time someone stands there in front of us on the TV, they're telling us we're going to get taxed for this, there's another tax for that, there's another tax for this, to pay for money that is being misused. And I'm convinced that that's the point that Dean is making there, that we're paying our tax in good faith. We're told you've got to pay this tax, so we have to pay it. We've got no choice. We have to pay it. We pay land tax. We pay pay-as-you-go. We pay tax everywhere.
We're up to pussy's bow.
We're getting taxed on absolutely
everything.
And it's pushing the prices of everything up. Everything. Even though we've been promised that things will come down, things are not coming down. And now to find out that $15 billion of our money has been used, well, basically to fuel corruption. To fuel corruption in that.
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate slap in the face. Like, our interest rates went back up again, another 0.25%. And I don't think that's our fault. It's the government's fault. It's a government spending problem.
133693 is our telephone number. Now, here's the question for this morning, because you said, look, we've got a few minutes to gather our thoughts around this, and then we'll canvass it with the audience across Australia.
Yep, absolutely.
Go.
What the most important part of your day is the first 10 minutes when you first wake up.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the most important part because of the processes that the body actually goes through when you first wake up. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what do you do when you very, very first wake up? When you first wake, what's the first thing you do?
Yawn. Apart from the obvious. Yep. Okay, yawn. Do I jump out straight away? No.
Reach for your phone.
Probably do.
Yeah, majority of people reach for their phone.
And that's ended in
go to the bathroom,
separation and divorce.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing is, majority of people roll over, stretch, reach for their phone, check their phone. And this is what a lot of people do. What we don't understand here, or what a lot of people really need to understand is your brain is still waking up and those brain waves are still very, very low. And then you're looking at your phone and you're stimulating it with the absolute rubbish that is on your phone to start off with. Because most people will open social media, right? You might look at email or check messages. Messages are obvious because there's a notification. But then you get your notifications, you check your social media, and then you scroll, and that's all going into your head.
Even though intellectually you're saying, all I want to do is get a look at the time, look if there's anybody looking for me that's been urgent, anything that I've missed overnight, and you think that might take 90 seconds. Before you know it, you could have spent 15 or 20.
Correct, and that's the point that I'm making.
And all at the same time thinking, I really need to get up for a you and me, but I'll keep doing this.
Right, and then you get up, I'll keep doing this, you hold out as long as you can possibly hold out until you have to get up. Then you get up, you go to the bathroom, what's the next thing you do? Straight to the coffee machine or put the kettle on. That's the next thing that people do.
Have a big drink of water.
Now, that was going to be my point. Everybody who knows me on social media knows my catch cry is hydrate before you caffeinate. Always hydrate before you caffeinate. People that do this, and I say 500 ml of water to start off with. Now, a lot of people go, oh, God, 500 ml, that's a lot. Suck it up, princess. Put it straight in. 500 ml straight into your system. It just rehydrates because you haven't had water. You haven't taken water on board. A lot of people have been lying there
for maybe 6-8 hours.
At least 6 to 8 hours. Mouth open, breathing in, everything's dry, our joints are dry, nutrients aren't being transported around our system. It makes a huge difference to put that water straight in. It also, be fair to say, lubricates our digestive tract and gets our digestive tract going first up, which is what we want. We don't want to be carrying that around with us. We want to clear it out and get it going. So that water does that. And then we have our caffeine. Now, I say sky before screen.
Or a cup of tea.
Or a cup of tea, yeah. I say sky before screen. There is nothing on your phone that you need to look at first up. Nothing. You might think, but someone might have been trying to get me. No, wait 15, 20 minutes. Sky before screen, all right? Always light, daylight before you look at your phone. And then hydrate before you caffeinate, and then get that coffee and go and sit on your back doorstep and get that daylight into your eyes to trigger that daylight functions in the body, get that blue light in so that it goes. You're anchoring that circadian rhythm. You're telling it, we're on day shift, we're on day, it's awake. quick pause from today's topic for something vital for every shift worker. That's right, that's you. Now, you know the relentless grind, constant fatigue, struggles with sleep, and that feeling your energy just isn't where it should be. And this is a common story in 24/7 roles, but it just doesn't have to be your workforces. At a healthy shift, I've combined 4 decades of frontline experience with cutting-edge science to create the seminar experience. Now, this isn't just a basic workshop. It's a comprehensive, game-changing program that is built to give entire workforces actionable strategies that they need to truly master their wellbeing on any schedule. And they're implemented immediately. Now, beyond the powerful core keynote, I offer specialised add-on workshops which dive deep into women and shift work, fatigue management, and how to work your own roster. Now, these tools empower your colleagues to thrive, improve performance, and boost their health, helping your organisation to retain valuable staff. Now, if you believe your workforce deserves better, speak up, because your managers won't know about this vital resource. Click the link in the show notes, download the e-brochure, and put it up the line. Invest in your team's most valuable asset, their health.
I know if I get that first sort of 6 hours and get through till 12:30 or say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, wake up bright and I go, ooh, this is so good. I've got the afternoon ahead. Gee, I really fancy a coffee. So that's...
Get up, have the water, and then go and sit on the back doorstep or grab a chair outside and have the coffee outside.
More the other side for Australia overnight. Come and join us, 133693. Monday-itis. No, it's not real. Roger Sutherland is Roger Sutherland is here. I'm Tony McManus, 133693. Question, what's more important, 7 to 9 hours sleep or waking up at the same time every day?
This is Australia Overnight with Tony McManus.
Wherever you are, nice to have you. A healthyshift.com.au, Roger Sutherland, veteran, if you don't mind, veteran law enforcement officer, Reed, 40-year officer, police officer. Roger now coaches shift workers to thrive, all while working the night shift. Hence, we play a little bit of the night shift. We asked the question just before the news, what's more important, 7 to 9 hours sleep, waking up at the same time every day? We need some calls, 133693. I'd love to find out from people what are their habits. You talk about this Monday-itis thing, which frankly I've never given any cred to.
Absolutely. I guarantee to you there will be someone sitting in a car driving to work right now going, oh my God, I hate Mondays. Tell me why.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
Mondays.
Why didn't we cue that up?
Sorry,
Jay.
One job. Why don't we like Mondays?
Well, I'll tell you why we don't like Mondays is because of what we've done over the weekend. And it actually comes down to circadian biology. Now, I know I don't want to bore people, but let's be...
Well, I think that ship has sailed.
It has? We've bought them?
No, not
no, circadian biology. Anyone that's got teenage children will relate to this, and this is why. On Monday morning, we all struggle because we have got to Friday night.
Well, not everybody struggles, do they?
Well, I don't, because I'm a morning lark now. I used to be a night owl, but I'm now a morning lark.
Because that was the shift work that would have
It was, yes.
That.
Yep. And I preferred to work afternoons. I preferred night shifts because I had aligned to that later chronotype, or what they call a chronotype, because we are different.
Did that become also part, given that that experience of 40 years working, did that form part of your social life as well, the other side of midnight?
Yeah, absolutely it does. Yeah, because you're in a routine and that's how it goes. So if you think about most people, they work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're working Monday to Friday. So what they do is they struggle to get up and go to work. Now, there will be people in the car on the way to work now that are really battling.
Well, let's ask them. Let's ask them to call in.
Yeah,
so you're going to say that at least a dozen or more people listening to us right this moment
will be struggling on the way in.
Feel as if
really
they're
tired.
battling.
They feel like they're probably half drunk because they're so brain fogged and so fatigued. Whereas that's not how they feel towards the end of the week. As in during the week.
Jess, you can come on anonymously. 133 693. Pick up the phone if you're driving, and it's safe to do so. Use your Apple CarPlay or
give us a call.
133 693. You honestly can come on and say, yeah, I am battling loathe Mondays, as opposed to any of the other days of the working week.
Yeah, now what it is, we call it social jet lag. Now, anyone that's travelled knows about jet lag, normal jet lag, when we travel from one time zone to another. When we go into another country, we struggle. Or when we come home, we struggle. And this is what we call social jet lag, because our circadian rhythm is out of alignment with what we're actually seeing and experiencing.
Best cars. Look at this text here. 174 says the best cars during the production of Holden and a Ford and a Mitsubishi, they were the ones that were built on a Wednesday, as opposed to the ones that were built on a Monday or a Friday.
It's so true.
Huh?
It is so true because of fatigue. Serious fatigue. People are very apathetic. They're very poor on a Monday morning, and then by the time they get to Friday night, they've absolutely had enough as well. So yeah, it's a really, really good observation.
We'll come to with only two this week. We need a total of 5.
Yes.
So 3
let's
more.
Go.
133 693. We'll put you on as soon as we possibly can. Wayne at Taylor's Hill. Morning. Disappeared. Beautiful. Working well.
That was a good start.
That was a really good start.
Disappeared.
Dean, good morning to you.
Tony, and hi, and is it Roger?
Roger.
Yeah, hi Dean, how are you?
Roger Sutherland.
How you going, mate? Mate, I love some of the things you're saying this morning. It's just such common sense. But that Mondayitis feeling that you're talking about, I used to have, well, I don't work anymore because I'm a carer for my mother, but I used to have the exact opposite feeling working on a Friday afternoon or a Friday night. When you left work at 5:30, it was just this feeling of elation, that the weekend was coming.
Euphoric.
It was just like I can't describe. I don't know if everybody else has it, but to me it was, and not because I didn't like my job.
No,
but it was just the weekends ahead.
It was a relief. It was a relief.
And the weekend started, mate. The weekend for me started at the moment I drove out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Friday night, the weekend was on.
But then, Dean, did you find that you would then stay up because you were like liberated, you were free, you didn't have to be at work on Saturday, so you would stay up late, and then you'd have a sleep in on Saturday morning? True?
No, well, when I was disciplined, Roger, I would actually get up and go to the gym at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. But I understand. I understand what you're saying. Yes, it was either if I didn't go out with friends for a drink, I would. I'd stay up and watch the footy. I would go to bed late on a Friday night. Absolutely.
And then sleep in on Saturday.
Yeah, look, occasionally, and that was just and again that sense of relief when you woke up on a Saturday morning. But I just thought your comments about Monday are interesting because I think 99.9% of the population probably have that. But
absolutely, and anyone with teenage kids notices it too.
Yeah, I just how much is the right expression psychosomatic?
No, it's not. It is literally circadian biology. It is absolutely circadian biology why people struggle on Monday morning.
Todd in Frankston, thank you for joining us. What's your story, Todd?
Oh, g'day, mate.
Morning.
Monday mornings
suck. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Waking up that early in the morning, driving to work, and you barely remember the drive.
It's so true, Todd. And Todd, tell me, what time did you go to bed last night, and did you struggle to go to sleep?
I went to bed at about 10:30.
Yep.
Did struggle to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. And then on Saturday night, did you stay up late?
I stayed up a little bit late. Yeah.
Yep. See, and this is why. And this is why I call it circadian biology. Because people get up, like here's Todd getting up, he's on his way to work now, and he's travelling, he's got to get up at this time to go to work daily. So today sucks, but what he is doing is he's entraining his circadian rhythm to this time, ready for tomorrow.
But he would say this happens every single Monday of his life.
Correct.
Of his working life.
But he's also sleeping in every Saturday morning and every Sunday. He doesn't get up at the same time. I'll guarantee to you that Todd doesn't set an alarm and get up at 4:30 on a Saturday morning and a Sunday morning. And
Todd,
if he did,
Todd, what time do you get up on a Saturday and a Sunday morning?
Saturday, Sunday, it's normally about 7 o'clock.
You see?
3 hour time difference.
And that's why, because there's another sleep cycle in. There's another 90 minutes sleep cycle that goes in there. Therefore, he is in training his circadian rhythm to a later start. His body is doing and responding to exactly what he's teaching it.
Good call, Todd. Thank you. Anonymous, what do you got for us?
Well, yes, I do struggle a lot, especially, to be honest, every day, to be honest, because I tend to get bullied at work, and to be honest, feel like giving up.
Yeah, no, well, that's sad that you do, but maybe in a morning, maybe you're a late chronotype person and you need to be up later. See, there's an argument for kids starting school later as well because they're later chronotypes. But being bullied at work is just horrendous. It's just the worst possible feeling.
Anonymous,
and I'm really sorry.
Is there somebody inside the organisation that you can talk to about that in this day and age?
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard because they're all sort of ganging up sort of thing. And if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't be here today. So it's very hard.
And how long has this been going on?
For years now, 3 years.
Mate, can you just hold the line? And I tell you, if you're happy, we'll put you back and we'll see if we can get some feedback and support. I mean, that's not probably the call we were looking for, but it just goes to show that there are challenges out there, Roger.
Huge.
Each and every day.
But children are the driver here. Children are the driver, and it's really important that he remembers the children.
Agreed. We'll do this when we come back. Your calls, Tommy. Leanne, next. It is Australia Overnight. The idea of bullying is unacceptable to everybody, but the reality is, it in some sectors, Rog, it still exists.
Bullying is horrendous, and it does because it's got to be stamped out. And there's a text here, it's got to be stamped out, otherwise the person moves on to bully someone else. And that is so true because they get away with it once and then they keep on going and keep on going. But I want to say this to that caller as well. Well done.
Anonymous. You might have a word with them offline after the show.
Yes, but he's called. He's called a radio station. He's listening to us. I'm proud of him for doing that because he's distracting himself and keeping himself going. I'm really proud of him for doing that. And also that he's got his children foremost in his mind, which is something that is super important. And to the people at his work, may you rot in hell.
Tommy, hi.
Good morning, lads. How you going?
Well.
Hey, Tommy.
I'll tell you what, you sound like Ben Fordham, like I told you last time.
Yeah, Ben Fordham. That's right.
It's such a compliment, Tommy. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Don't laugh. Anything's possible in this business.
I believe, Roger, in routine, mate, all right? That's
absolutely.
It's all up top. It's all up top in your brain, mate. If you actually wake up thinking you're tired, you're going to be tired. So you just get up and face a day and actually get on with the show, I think, mate.
There is a beautiful greyhound. There is a part of that. And you've been doing this for a long time, but there were times when it was pretty tough for you. You've got to admit, though, Tommy.
No, mate, it was actually what it is. When I lost my beautiful wife 22 years ago, mate, I actually made a commitment to her that we will continue and I'll raise the children how we actually were going to do it anyway. And I'm pretty successful just quietly. We're having one a copper, one a tradie, and my beautiful daughter's a mum up in Queensland. So,
amazing.
Yeah, I'm going okay. Don't worry about that.
Well done, Tommy. And you're absolutely 100% correct. Our body relies on routine. And as soon as that routine is thrown out, that is when we start getting that brain fog. We start feeling awful. And our body does not function well out of sync, which is why shift workers really suffer. And the more we can bring that into line, the better it is.
Leanne, you stay there. We'll come to you very shortly. Let's take a couple of these calls before we say uru, Roger. Okay. The lovely Leanne. Say hello to Roger.
Hello, Tony. JM Roger.
Morning, Leanne.
Morning. I am sleeping, napping, waking up, napping, waking up. I'm not sleeping solid hours. I don't know why.
At night time or daytime?
Yeah, nighttime.
Your body doesn't feel safe. And it's an autonomic nervous system thing. You'll find that there's something that's playing on your mind. So what I would suggest that you would do would be, and I know this is easy to say, but find a breathwork coach or get on and do some breath work and learn how to really calm your body down, because this is what causes night wakings, is when the body doesn't feel safe. And as soon as the slightest thing occurs, you'll wake up. And by relaxing that autonomic nervous system, are you stressed?
At the moment I got a lot on my plate.
Yeah, breath work just before you go to sleep. Can I just go quickly? Breathe in for 4, a count of 4, and then hold for a count of 7, and then breathe out through pursed lips for a count of 8, and do that, cycling it over and over again.
So one more time for people that are writing this down, because we got
4, 7, 8.
4, 7, 8. Yep.
Last time we mentioned that a fortnight ago, casually as part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Inundated with inquiries.
I mentioned the studio that I go to breathwork for, No Name Studios in Brunswick, and they were running a free online breathwork session that they do. Mark is fantastic and runs one. I want to get Mark on the show, Tony, because I think he's got a lot to offer. 95 people they had register for this, and 48 people turned up on that Saturday morning for a free 1-hour breathwork session. And the benefits were enormous. It's incredible.
Just explain to Leanne. So you breathe in.
Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Now, everyone's count of 4 is different. And then hold at the top for a count of 7. And then purse your lips like you're blowing out through a straw.
Hello.
And blow out for a count of 8. Now, what this does is it signals to your body everything's okay, it's calm, and you can rest now and you can go to sleep. And because you're focusing on that breath, what will happen is you won't actually be able to think about anything else because you're counting. And it will help you to sleep.
You're a good man, Rog. Thank you.
I try.
No, you've done very, very well, Leanne. I hope that helps a little bit. We will see you in a couple of weeks' time, if not before.
Yeah, if not before.
I'm still a bit distressed about that call, I've got to say. I hope everything's going to be okay.
It's going to be fine.
The Bricky Show is next. Ross and Russ, Tom Elliott coming in after 8:30 as well. The 3AW Bricky is next. I'm Tony Mack. For all we know, we may never meet again. May our hands only ever be held out in friendship. Don't we need it? See you tonight.